When you look around you, all you see are apartment buildings, houses, skyscrapers, etc., and you can't help but wonder, how do humans build such extraordinary works of art? If we go to the extremes, then we must look at the Pyramids of Giza, the Chinese Wall, the Eiffel Tower, and other buildings that have baffled the human mind since its conception. But it's not just humans who have this innate talent for architecture. The animal kingdom is full of builders who've managed to construct such complicated structures, even architects would draw inspiration from them. From the smallest insects all the way up to mammals, today we'll be uncovering the 10 incredible buildings built by animals. Let's dive right in, shall we? Number 10. Termite mounds. If you happen to be living in Africa, South America, or Australia, then you might have come across some of these magnificent structures in the wilderness. They're built by a special type of termite. It's called the mound builder termite, and you've probably figured out the reason why. If you happen to see one someday, know that if the inner tunnels are open towards the outside and you can see inside, then the colony that was once living there is long gone. These mounds stand testament to the architectural ability of these insects, so now you know they're not only wood-eating monsters in your house. Plus, some of these mounds can measure up to 90 feet in diameter, and they contain multiple layers of air vents that allow to keep the mound cool and livable for the colony. Number 9. DROPENDOLA MONTEZUMA nests. These guys are particularly crafty when it comes to building their nests, but the interesting thing about them is their size. Did you know that the male Montezuma is twice as big as the female Montezuma bird? This is why they're sexually dimorphic, meaning two different body types for the male and female birds. The males measure around 18 ounces while the females are only 9 ounces. They can be found in New Mexico and Panama or the Caribbean coastline. Their name pays homage to the Aztec Emperor Montezuma II. When it comes to nest building, their nests resemble a big water drop hanging off the branches on tall trees. They build them using sticks, and the nest can be 3 feet long. Plus, these guys build most of their nests together, and wherever they can find a wasp nest whose deadly sting has the tendency to fend off predators who are looking to feast on the small birds. Number 8. Sociable weaver nest. These little birds, measuring only 5.5 inches in length and weighing only an ounce, can be found in Africa, specifically the regions in Namibia and Botswana. Unlike our previous example, the two sexes are almost indistinguishable. They have a grayish-brown color with a black spot on their necks. The sociable weaver got its name because of its work. They build giant nests on top of trees that resemble a giant haystack. These nests can even be built on electricity poles, which have been known to catch on fire during the dry season. Each of the nests can house around 100 families of birds, and that includes several generations at a time. From beneath, the haystacks have special 3-inch openings, which the birds cover with sticks to scare off predators, most common of which is the cobra. These nests contain numerous chambers inside, and each family has 2 at their disposal. One in the outer area, which keeps them cool during the day, and the inner chambers are reserved for the nighttime, which are kept warm during the cold summer nights. Number 7. Red oven birds. Rufus hornero is the Latin name for yet another of these small birds. They can vary in size, ranging from 7 to 8 inches in length, and can weigh from 1 to 2 ounces. The male is practically indistinguishable from the female. Their plumage has a brownish-red color with a white neck. The only way to tell them apart is by their song. The two sexes flap their wings while they sing. The male song has a faster rhythm, and so the male bird flaps its wings much faster than the female does. They fall prey to other bigger birds as well as eagles. These guys are famous for their nest-building talent. They use dirt to create their habitat, which resembles a rustically built oven from which they get their name. Due to the urbanization of their environment, they've moved to cities, and you can often see other types of birds using their nests as shelter. The nests are very tough to crack and durable, thus they offer good protection to the builder. Number 6. Biggest anthill. We all know that ants are very tough and hard-working insects. They can carry objects 10 times their own weight. Did you know that these little guys are capable of building super colonies? Even though they pose no threat to humans, they can ravage the ecosystem and compromise the biodiversity in the region. One such super colony was found in Melbourne, Australia. It stretched for 60 miles, from Taylor's Lake all the way to Sorrento. It covered almost the entire city. The species of ants that inhabited this colony are Argentine ants. Usually they have the tendency to fight one another, which makes the colony stand for only 10 meters. But these Argentines in Melbourne never developed this tendency, so they managed to build a colony across the city of Melbourne, with hundreds of thousands of queens and millions upon millions of workers that keep these tunnels habitable. Number 5. Bowerbird. Bowerbirds, they are the drama queens of the animal world. Native to New Guinea and Australia, they have around 10 subspecies, each characteristic to their region. Their average size is around 16 inches and they weigh around 8 ounces. Their usual diet consists of mostly fruit, but some species have been known to eat insects as well. The reason we chose these birds is because of the way they decorate their habitat in order to attract a mate. And this time it's actually the men who do the ranging of the nest. During mating season, they collect different scraps of paper, plastic, wood, all in one color, predominantly blue, and they wait for a female to come and check out their habitat. If she likes it, she'll give him the seal of approval by allowing him to procreate. It's fun to watch all those different styles of nests, all arranged beautifully by simple yet very smart birds. Number 4. Pakistani tree cocoons. When the flood in 2010 ravaged the terrain in Pakistan, a strange phenomenon occurred in the region that has caught worldwide media attention. While 20 million people were left homeless, there was an eerie phenomenon that happened on the treetops of many Pakistani trees. It was the arachnid population of Pakistan. The spiders, looking to escape the flood, climbed the highest thing they could find, and the trees proved as a great option. A month or two later, the streets of Pakistan resembled a mummified town encased in a cocoon of cobwebs. While the people with arachnophobia didn't really appreciate this new situation, but soon they were all relieved to find out that these cobwebs captured most of the mosquitoes present in the swampy areas. If it weren't for the spiders, malaria-ridden mosquitoes would have ravaged the terrain, bringing the helpless population to its knees. Number 3. Biggest beaver dam in the world. The beaver is a mysterious creature. They look like a rodent, but their tail is shaped like a huge frying pan, and they build dams in order to protect themselves from predators like bears, wolves, etc. But in Canada's Wood Buffalo National Park in Alberta, beavers have managed to construct a dam big enough to be visible from Google Maps. In fact, that's how the dam was discovered. When a researcher was looking at satellite images of the park, the dam was being constructed since the 1970s, so many generations of beavers constructed the half-mile-long dam. And now they're adding another 300 feet to it to make it even more predator-proof. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it in a future video. Number 2. Pufferfish mounds. When scientists first found these circular structures at the bottom of the sea, they thought they were the work of aliens. But upon further examination, they found out that the pufferfish had created them for a special occasion. The small Japanese pufferfish is a great underwater architect. His only tools are his fins, and he uses mathematical perfection to construct these mounds to impress the females. But he must not waste a single second. He must work 24 hours a day for an entire week. Otherwise, the current will erase everything he built. After adding the final touches of shells on the rims, his mound is complete. Now he can wait for the females to notice and procreate to preserve the species.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. The Great Barrier Reef. The living mound of corals that are visible from outer space. It spans around 1,400 miles off the coast of Queensland, Australia. The biodiversity in this reef is so vast that most of the marine life in the region call it home. It's interesting how marine biologists claim that the reefs are 20,000 years old and one that dates back to 500,000 years. From small fish to sea turtles to giant clams, this coral reef has everything the aquatic life needs to survive. It's made up of mostly fast-growing, encrusted red algae. Turtles walk 1,000 miles just to get to the islands close to the reef where they lay their eggs. Occasionally, you can find a great white shark ravaging the life of the reef, but that's pretty rare. Due to pollution, most of the aquatic life is at danger of going extinct. That's our list, guys. Say, what's the biggest animal structures you've ever seen? Tell us in the comments section below. If you like list videos like these, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications bell so you never miss an upload. And as always, thanks for watching.